State SC News in Union. Now we're doing the Thurman building, which is the Union School Board. So let's go in and see how they feel about independent journalists.
Okay, for the school board? Okay.
How many schools do you have in the district?
A lot. All right. Well, it doesn't look very big. This is the public lobby.
Yeah.
Doesn't look that big. Not a lot of public information.
Nope, not really.
Down here?
Yeah, there's an office.
Oh, is there? Oh. They got some information on like some of the school programs.
Yeah, here's some pamphlets. Little kiddie area here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about family court.
I don't think they have permission to be in here.
Hey,
What are y'all here for?
we're just taking a tour of the building.
No, y'all have to leave. Y'all didn't get. Did y'all get permission with somebody?
Who would I need to get permission from?
No. Who are y'all with?
People just walk through our schools until we vet them. Come on through.
Who are y'all with?
Activism News
Who
Network.
would I need to get permission
Sir?
from?
Activism News Network.
Activism News Network. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is the Director of Safety and Security. I'll let y'all be.
Oh, hey, Director of Security. What's your name?
My name is Eric Childers.
Oh, nice.
Excuse.
You can go upstairs, please.
Go.
Yeah, you can't touch people. sir.
That's assault.
Get
sir.
your hands off me.
You can either walk
Don't
up here with me.
touch
Take your
me.
hands
Call
off.
911 and
I'll
tell
get
them to get Jeff to come get these guys out of here.
Don't touch me.
Yeah. You can ask, but you can't touch somebody like that. Is this?
Are these not public notices right here, sir?
Last time I checked, if a door's not closed and secured,
Are these public notices right here, sir?
Yeah, this is open to the public.
Yes.
There's no key card on here. There's no restricted access sign on that.
There you go.
This door doesn't even lock.
Ma'am, am I good to come here and talk to you?
What's your name, sir? Sir, what's your name?
What's your name?
You're the public official. What is your name? What's your name, sir? Sir, what's your name?
What is your name?
You ain't getting my name,
Okay. Well,
but I'm
the police
gonna
will
get
you.
yours. You put your hands on me.
Hey. Hey, will you send an officer up here? We got some guys that just came in the building. She let them in. They're downstairs. Won't identify themselves. Holding video cameras. I've asked them to leave. They won't leave. In the district office, yeah.
Won't you tell them you put your hands on me?
One of them wants
You
me to
gonna
let
tell
know
that?
I put my hands on him. I touched his elbow.
Can I talk to you in private?
All right, thanks.
What is your name, sir?
We can go out that way too.
I guess. So she got educated, I'm assuming. Huh?
That's what I know. Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Does
Hello?
anybody know where the doctor is?
What is?
The doctor? Dr. Stacy?
Oh yeah, she's finished up at the meeting.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
She had some candy on her desk. I was like, oh man, I love public candy. That's the best. I'm not interviewing anyone like I'm going to do. I mess with you. Public
So do you, did you get
my picture in here? 'Cause I
I have you on video, yes, ma'am.
I didn't need permission. I'm
You,
just playing.
I was gonna say you work for the public, you know.
Oh. Ah, so I don't have a choice.
Yeah, no, ma'am.
I see. I would love to be interviewed.
But if you'd like for me to blow your picture out, I will. I'll be nice.
The lady downstairs that asked a million questions.
Which one is that? Oh, okay.
I'm the lady.
Well, if you got 1,000 questions, I got 1,000 answers.
I know.
And then I'm gonna give you 1,000 questions. I hope you have 1,000 answers.
I'm the
My video will be posted more than likely.
Oh, so they can read them while they're here? Okay, but that's all they're there for, is just to read while you're here. They're not like a take-home library or nothing like that.
No, we have those around the city.
Okay.
Are you ready to give me your name, Hansy?
My name is Eric Childers.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. What is your name?
So did you get educated?
No, sir. I got a police officer coming.
Oh, they
can
still
educate when they
coming?
get here.
Okay, well, okay.
Is this y'all's stick? Come in and try to throw it all around? Is that what it is?
Stick.
Stick.
No, it's called a right.
Okay.
Is this not a public building?
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, thought I was gone, huh?
No, I did not.
Were we ever in a secure area?
I mean, I'm definitely not leaving. He's called the police.
Oh, did he? Oh, well, I'll
Yeah.
wait for him.
Yeah,
I'll
he
let
like
him run.
He's director of security. And he went crying in with guns.
he just like called the police on himself is what he did.
Because I definitely want to file a report for assault.
I'll sit here.
I don't need your okay. I said I was going to do it, so I'm done.
Okay.
I
What,
don't
he-
need your okay.
All right, I'll
He put a hand on you too?
No, he put his hands on you. I want to file a report. Citizen report, you know what I'm saying? Luckily, the state of South Carolina be a citizen of risk. But
Why you
as
think
see,
you got the
guys,
right to
this
put
gentleman
your hand
here
on
with a
somebody?
Smirk on his face thinks that he can assault members of the public because they're in a public building.
Tell him what that assault that you're accusing me of consisted of.
They saw it. Any touch that's unwanted is assault in the state of South Carolina.
Okay.
Didn't know that? Director of security?
I did not.
Well, you're about to find out today.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm not a police officer. Director of security means that we try to secure school buildings.
This
You walk
is-
in my school building, do you have the right to walk down the hallway?
Yes, sir.
Your school building?
I don't believe you.
How is this yours? You own this?
If you go into a school building,
Do you own this
what does
building?
your law say about that?
Do you own this building?
I'm not trying to fight with you. I'm asking you a question.
I'll answer your question.
I don't
If it is
answer
a
questions.
public building, then I have the ability to walk freely throughout the building that's
A
open.
school building?
Yep.
Yes.
Crikey! Look at that! Here we are in the urban jungle, and we have spotted a rare breed. It's called Majorly Awesome. And here's the educator. Watch how he lays down education to this security personnel, and then later a officer of the law. This is the way education should be delivered. So sit back and enjoy.
Any building
You can go to
that's
any school
public.
building and request public records
Yeah.
too. It's probably in your school board policy, but it's definitely in the South Carolina law. We're allowed to go to
About that
any
one.
agency. No, we're allowed to go to any agency. So like,
So anybody that, you could walk into my school building right now
yes.
and walk down a hallway.
Why do you
with
keep
students in
saying
classrooms.
your school building?
Yeah,
Who owns the school?
Because you said this building belongs to you too. Well, I'm a
Yeah,
taxpayer as
and
well.
you- yeah.
Right, yeah, so it's
Yeah.
your school
So
building,
you
my
should
school
say
building, right?
our, not ours.
Listen to me, man.
I'll explain it real quick.
Are you
I can't wander around the
Yes,
school.
because you're a jerk.
But I can
Cool.
go onto school property and go to like the principal's office or
Yeah.
wherever they would keep records and ask them for like the MSDS sheet, the material safety data sheet. Because those are kept on property. You can't go anywhere else to request them. They're held on the actual property.
Correct.
So South Carolina law
But you
does
don't
allow
have free reign in the building, is that what you're telling me?
Right, I can't wander around like an idiot for an hour or something like that, but yeah, as far as school property goes, I can go and get those records off there, so absolutely. And buildings such as these,
And that gives you that right, but here, because there's no students, is why you're saying you can.
yeah,
free reign.
anywhere that's publicly accessible, right? So like if you guys don't want somebody, let's say you don't want somebody going downstairs, right?
Right.
If you're a citizen and you walk in and you look, there's no signage. How do I know I'm not allowed to walk down there?
Right.
So you need like a rope employees only. That's why they have employee only signs, restricted access signs. Those are what those signs are for.
Okay.
So like when I looked at that door downstairs, because there's a little lobby down there, right? You have a door. And I'm thinking, well, maybe this door is secured access, but it doesn't lock. There's no key card. There's no restricted access.
Right.
It's called due notice. You have to give a citizen due notice that he's gonna be breaking the law before you get, hey, you're breaking the law.
You realize why we are hesitant when people walk in.
Yeah, no,
buildings like this.
absolutely, yeah, and we don't mind questions, like I said, you know, we don't mind any, you know, questioning.
I think we're good. They're explaining to me the thing. So they were just kind of showed up downstairs. So we buzzed them in and they just showed up. So when I asked, they said, we got a right to be here.
What's your name and badge number, sir?
I called Scott to come up here, but he's letting me know. Is that correct? Once we buzz them in, if I don't have a sign that says no public access down here, they can go throughout the building wherever they want to.
Not wherever they want to per se.
Right, but it's
We,
gotta be locked.
we
It's gotta
cannot
be
go into
restricted.
any
Anything that's
secure
open to the
areas.
Yeah.
But it's not open to the public,
Why it's not?
because it's a school.
I don't see any students, this isn't a school. Can I get your name and badge number?
That's neither here nor there.
Oh, it's definitely
I
here or
understand.
there. Can I get your name and badge number?
I can show you downstairs if you like, because they got a door down there, but it doesn't lock. There's no key card.
Well, I'd
There's no
also,
restricted access. You know what due notice is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's no due notice that no one's allowed to enter the spot. So when there's no due notice, like I was telling him about this, like if I'm a citizen and I get buzzed in, let's say this lady's busy, I'm waiting here and I'm waiting here, I say, you know what, I think where I need to be is downstairs. And I look over here, there's nothing here that says I can't go downstairs, is there? Right? So are you entrapping citizens to come downstairs to trespass them? No, you can't do that. There has to be due notice that I'm not allowed to be down there. Again, that's why they make restricted access signs. They don't make them just to sit in Walmart and not sell, right? They make them for restricted access areas. So that's all we were saying.
But I don't have to do that for a school building.
No, because the school building has children in it, and there's different rules that apply to school children and school buildings. Same thing with courthouses, right? A lot of courthouses, we were able to go in this one, but a lot of courthouses, they won't even let you in the courthouse. All courthouses won't let you in the courtrooms, but the courtrooms are open to the public. If I didn't have a camera, I could go and sit in court all day and listen to all the cases, right? It's open to the public. But if I have a camera, I'm not allowed in that courtroom. So there's different rules, you know, depending. But again, the general rule is anywhere the public's allowed to go, the press is allowed to go. That's Brandsburg v. Hayes, it's United States Supreme Court ruling. So, and that kind of makes sense if you think about it. If citizens can go and collect information about the government where the press couldn't go, we wouldn't need the press, right? We just go to the building ourselves and get the information. So anywhere the public's allowed, the press is allowed. So again, a tip, if you don't want people walking in that door, just throw up a restricted access sign. That'll take care of it. Then when they do enter, then they are in trouble.
I think the issue that we have is not so much you coming down there, it's not letting us know you're, like we can't just have people walk. Does that make sense?
Right, but, and this gentleman will tell you, because we're government accountability guys, right? So we're looking for corruption, right? So he's not gonna call somebody that he thinks is involved in crime, and neither are we, right? He doesn't call the drug dealer and say, hey, I'm gonna stop by and raid your house later, but get rid of all the drugs. I'm not gonna call you guys and say.
Even if you'd have just called when we got here, because I had walked in.
Right.
And I could walk,
But we want you to understand too that
you could have had a weapon on you or anything.
Well, right, absolutely. But what we want people to understand is that the citizens are under very little obligations, right? Like, the only reason this gentleman could ever get my name and date of birth is if he suspects me of committing a crime, have committed, about to commit, or going to commit a crime, right? We don't have to talk to any other men. We don't have no other men that we have to answer questions to. My daddy's dead, right? So when you ask me questions, I can just completely ignore you. And when he asks me questions, unless he suspects me of a crime, I can completely ignore him. Perfectly legal, right? I'm under no obligation to answer anybody's questions about anything I do.
Right.
Neither are you. right?
Right.
So, yeah, that's
And
all.
since that, I guess that sign you checked in with her when you walked in is how you ready to
Well, we
continue
were talking
going.
with, her, and she said that there were offices downstairs, so.
But you didn't ask to go down there, and I didn't tell you to go down there.
But you didn't tell me I couldn't.
You
You
didn't
saw
tell you
us
couldn't.
walking down there. You didn't say, hey, you
I
guys
picked
aren't
up the
allowed.
phone to call somebody and say, hey, these crazy men are walking downstairs.
Crazy men.
Sorry.
Well, right, but,
But y'all didn't say anything. Y'all was wanting about schools, and I told you I didn't know.
well, right, yeah, we come for general information as well.
Well, I'll be
but-
the first to say, I went down the stairs first, and I definitely didn't ask for your permission, and I didn't need to, because, again, there was no due notice, it was open to the public. This is a school board building, which is owned by the school district, which means that it's county property and it's public. So if I go down the stairs and the
And
door is
there's actually a
open.
public lobby downstairs.
Right.
There's chairs and things for kids to play with. You can
And so you
obviously
can
tell
go
it's
down
a
the
public
hallway
lobby.
and all of that.
Yes, sir.
As long, right.
And not in offices where we have student information.
Right, not in the offices. We're allowed to walk down the hallway, we're allowed to take pictures of the wall, stuff like that. If you have your door open, we're allowed to look in, you know? Same thing if like you're at home, right?
Right,
You know how all the homes have big picture windows?
right.
Okay, if I'm standing on the sidewalk, I could video record into your home, okay? Because there's no expectation of privacy because you have your windows open, right? But if you're in the bathroom, that's a totally different story. That's where the peeping Tom laws and stuff like that come in,
Okay.
right? Because you have an expectation of privacy in your bathroom. Same thing with your bedroom. If there's a 2-story house next to my 2-story house, and my bedroom window's open and their bedroom window's open, and me and my wife are having fun on the bed, and this guy's taking pictures, then he's in trouble. But if he's up there, okay, in his 2nd floor window, my wife's sunbathing nude in the backyard, he's not in trouble.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, trust me, I'm from Florida. I can drive 7.5 hours to come break the law in Union, South Carolina, right? So, and that's all we do. We just want to make sure that people are educated on citizens' rights and that we know, you know, that people are obeying their oaths. You know, like this gentleman's been great. He hasn't come up and, who you guys? You guys got ID? You know, you're not allowed to record, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I've heard it all. We've seen it all, you know?
Right.
Been tossed out of buildings, been arrested numerous times, so we've seen and done it all. So, but we usually beat the charges because they're unlawful.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's all we had for today. You guys don't have a very big building,
Well-
not a lot of public information. Did you guys have something? Oh, this young man did. He wanted to
Yeah.
talk to the sheriff.
Deputy, what was it, deputy here nor there?
Yeah.
If you could explain to this fine gentleman here about, you can't just put hands on people.
Man, it's an unwanted touching.
It may be considered unwanting touching, but when he doesn't know or somebody doesn't know what you're gonna do, what you have on you, what you're gonna attempt to do.
Justifying assault.
Yeah, because basically what you're saying is if I'm walking down the street and this guy's walking towards me, because I don't know who he is, what he's gonna do, or what he could do, I could just grab him, right? That's what you're saying?
That's what it sounded like.
Well, that's what happened.
So
That's exactly what happened.
If you're coming, say you're coming up those steps, I don't know you from nobody, and all of a sudden you come up, you're like this. I don't know you get ready, are you getting ready to jump over that? What are you gonna do? I don't know you.
Right, but that goes into
Well,
pre-time, not
what-
what
what-
time.
I'm just saying, man, you
What
can't do
harm-
that.
Hey,
Are you gonna do? So
I've learned
if
a
you're
lot,
coming,
so I
if
didn't
you're
know
coming
any
up
of
to
this.
me, right?
My number one
And-
concern was
and
safety of my people
You're not
downstairs.
saying nothing.
I get that.
I know I've got ladies up
And
here. I know
you
I
do
got
what you gotta do,
children,
I
but
accept,
whatever.
I accept your
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
apology.
whoa, Wait,
Right.
what are you doing?
And like I say,
So
this is
just
all
come
about
up with this.
educating.
Hey man, whoa.
Right, and for an officer that, you have more authority to do that.
What was your name?
But it's,
Yeah, I mean, anybody.
Harry,
You're married, right?
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
So if you're here, your wife's
All
over
right.
here.
What was your name?
We're
Somebody's
good.
coming up towards your wife. What you gonna do?
My name is
You step
Skip.
in front. Hey man,
I'll
what
step
you-
in front, but
Yeah,
I'm not
But
gonna
what
grab him.
but what if he keeps coming? But all he's gonna do is he's wanting to get this snowflake. So she's getting this snowflake.
Right, and I'll
Dude,
stand-
you're coming around my wife, man. I'll back up.
I'll stand right here and buffer. You know what I mean? Because
But if he keeps coming, it's human nature to put your arms up. Right?
Right, and if you
Okay.
run into my arms, that's a different story. But if I reach out to grab you, that's an unwanted touching, that's an assault, right? Because let's be honest. If you see a guy walking out of a gun shop with a 12 gauge, are you gonna shoot him because you don't know what he's gonna do? No. No, you have to wait till somebody does something.
But if he raises the barrel,
Well, I'm just saying, you say, we always hear from you guys, well, I don't know who you are. Well, we don't know who you are. We don't know if you're a rogue cop.
I mean,
We
this
don't
is a
know
public
that.
school building, so with it saying public, I don't think you have an expectation to know everyone who's gonna come into the building. You have no way of knowing every
Yeah,
citizen
nobody
in the
knows
county.
at
Well,
City
the-
Hall who comes in the City Hall.
the unfortunate part about it is, how you doing, sir?
Hello.
It's
the
very
unfortunate
dapper
part about
city,
it,
that one, sir.
The way this world is, watch the news. Bad
Oh, yeah.
things happen in schools.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Again, I don't have any problem with his level of concern.
Mhm.
That doesn't bother me. That's
didn't either.
exceptional. I expect it.
Mhm.
But what I don't expect is for someone that's moving on their own free volition down a hallway that's freely open for the public to move, for him to reach out and touch someone, and then that person tells him to stop touching them, and he continues to touch them. So at that point, I believe that's an unwanted touch. So whether you think he has a weapon or not, if you're a security guard, not law enforcement, I would definitely advise you to call someone, let the person go and get away, rather than you staying there and continue to touch the person, and you shouldn't.
Observe
un-
and
untou-
report.
unwanted
touch.
touching is a personal opinion.
Oh,
Right, yeah, I mean, it would have to go to the courts to decide that anyway, so we're not gonna
Exactly.
do anything, are you doing anything about it here today?
Oh, no, he apologized and
Okay, so yeah.
we shook hands
So we're just doing
and we're good.
hypotheticals
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
So,
of course.
And I love hypotheticals, but my tummy's
You
calling.
can do that all day long.
Yeah, I know it, we could sit here till the moon cries wolf.
Right.
the only thing I have is deputy nor here or there. Can I get your
Right.
actual name now?
Phelps.
Phelps. And do you have a badge number, serial number,
One
serial
team.
number? Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. And this is the super.
I mean, I'm just, that's another thing. If I gave you a false name, I'd be in trouble, correct?
We asked the young lady, how many schools in the district?
Come on.
Every officer is different, I can say that. I can't vouch for others, but, yeah. I can only tell you what I would do.
Well, I'm out of here, gentlemen and ladies. Thank you very much.
Y'all be careful going back. I
Okay.
guess Florida, but I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, no, I'm.
Y'all be
All right,
careful
man.
going back.
Have a
Oh,
good day.
I will.
Have a very blessed
Same
Christmas.
to y'all. Yeah, same to y'all.
I
All
don't
right.
wanna give you away, buddy. You might not.
Just don't worry about it.
No, I'm not. I'm waiting. I'll follow the sign on
All
the
right.
way in.
Y'all have a very Merry
Y'all
Christmas.
have a great day.